Hey y'all, it's your girl Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron, and we are back with another episode of Galactic Gossip. Thank you for being here. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you will not miss a beat or anything that I may upload or any announcement that is coming in the future. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back, welcome in. How was last week? You know the drill. So, I hope last week was great. We are in the very last week of February, so we have just to kind of wrap up the rest of this month, and then we're diving into March. So it's already going so quickly. 2022 like began yesterday, and we're already 3 months in almost. So without any further ado, get into these announcements. We have the year ahead readings that are available for $16.99. And those can be found in the description box. You can find the link to get to my website to purchase your year ahead reading. You can buy one or buy all or buy three or buy however many you want. I have them all broken down by sign. So your rising sign is going to be first and primary, as that is the most accurate reading for your sign. Next will be your sun sign, that's secondary, as that directly reflects your focus and your goals for the year. And last but not least is going to be your moon sign, as that reflects your home and family life or your current living situations. All right, so you can purchase those by diving on into that description box, getting the link, moseying on your way to my website, and finding those readings that are available for you to get all of the 2022 year ahead energy that is set for you. Okay. Also, as far as announcement goes, since it is like the last week of February, the readings are still on my site. If you are looking for the February readings for your sign, sun, moon, or rising, you can find those. Those are $10.10 on my site, but I will be discounting them to 30%. If you want to purchase them, they'll be discounted this week. You can find that link also below. But the March readings will be coming out very, very soon, in the couple of, next days or whatever. You'll be able to see them link on my website. So just keep watch for that. There will be an announcement and all those good things. Okay, also announcements. I have the Pluto return reading that should be loading in the next couple of days as well, talking about the United States Pluto return that happens at 27 degrees in Capricorn. That happens in like a couple of days. So, by the time that you are getting this reading or for the week ahead, we will probably be right in the thick of it. Like, they'll be happening on the 22nd of February. So by the time y'all get this, it should be like the 19th or the 20th. So yeah, it's like right around the corner. So keep watch for that. That should be coming out around the same time that this video is coming out. So keep a lookout for that. Do I have anything else? I do not. I do not have anything else. So let's just dive right on into the weekly energy. Okay, so we're going to be covering the energy for the very last week of February. So week 4, all the way from February the 20th, all the way through February the 26th. We don't have anything going on, really tremendously for the 27th or the 28th. So yeah, we're just going to wrap it on up in those 6 days. Now, like I mentioned just previously, that we have the United States Pluto return that happens at 27 degrees in the sign of Capricorn. That happens on February 22nd. So, a Pluto return happens every 248 years. So this is a very rare event. No one that is alive today has experienced a United States Pluto return, because this is the first Pluto return that the United States has had since the birth of this nation, that happened on July 4th of 1776 at 5:10 p.m. So, when they signed the Declaration of Independence and all that. So yeah, we are going to have that. I'm not going to dive into that energy right now because there's a video coming out on that. So just keep watch for that. But it's a very rare event. And what it is known for, when a Pluto return happens to any nation, it is also known for the fall of a nation or the rebirth of a nation, and very Pluto themed. So I'm interested in how this is actually going to pan out and what is to come. But that happens at the very beginning of the week, but then we have to move on into the rest of the week. So on February 23rd, we have Mars, which is in Capricorn still, making a sextile to Neptune, which is in Pisces. And, Mars is all about how we go about doing things, how we initiate things, right? It's also our confidence. So ruling how we also identify ourselves through action-oriented projections of ourselves. This energy allows us to magnetize rather than repel, okay? Because we know that Mars can come through and eliminate things, it can cut stuff out, but also it can initiate something new. But this Neptune energy with this connection to Mars is going to give us this magnetism that we need to attract, okay? And also it's like attraction with decisive energy, being sure about what we are attracting because we are sure about what we desire, right? Mars is that desire. So, this is a lovely sextile aspect with Neptune, and Neptune is about unconditional love and beauty and, in that realm, but also it's about art and creativity and, spirituality. So it adds a bit of sensuality and mystical kind of flavor to this passionate side of Mars, giving it that magnetism. And so we're going to really focus on like spiritual developments, even our sensuality, self-compassion, maybe even compassion for others. Right. So the theme on this day is about inspiration through spiritual healing, solidifying a creative project, possibly, or just becoming decisive on the direction of that project, and possibly even uncovering truth through spiritual endeavors. That might be something, or something being eliminated, right? Because you recognize that it's, you can see through the veil of things, right? Because that Mars energy with the Neptune energy, it can eliminate most definitely the illusions. So, on this day, it's a great day to enjoy others, dive into, some social activities, dive into creative passions, whether it's music, dance, maybe even cinema or photography or something like that. But, and be inspired and also inspire others, because in order to inspire, you must first be inspired, right? So that's the theme for this day. Now, also on the same day, February the 23rd, Mercury is in Aquarius, and it's going to make a sextile to Chiron, which is in Aries. So the blessings about healing old wounds result in a different perspective of the situation, right? Or even the world around you, your environment, right? That's Mercury energy, perceptions, ideas, the things that we think we know, our immediate environment and how we respond to that. So Mercury rules our minds, how we process information, and also how we process outside stimuli, i.e. our environment. And so when there's a sextile to Chiron, the wounded healer, right, we have this opportunity to see an old wound with new eyes. So that suffering that's associated with our self-image, because Chiron is in Aries, and Aries is the sign of our image, our self-image. And so that suffering that has been associated with our self-image and our identities can really be alleviated with a conversation, simply, right? From with this Mercury energy, it could be a conversation with your therapist or a trusted friend, or even just addressing the issue head on with whomever, right? So also diving into other mercurial energies like journaling or talking to, someone about it, or sharing your experiences with the community, especially since Mercury is in Aquarius. All of those things, speaking publicly about our wounded identities, and, how far we have come, can not only assist us in healing, but also, help heal those that are around us who have, similar experiences, right? Our lived experiences can liberate other people, right? Mercury in Aquarius is, the voice of the people, so to speak, and it's liberating others through, speaking up. So once we understand that healing is not one size fit all, like I always say, we can begin to expand our confidence, not only to accept ourselves, but to adapt to the assertiveness in our own way, right? To be assertive in our healing, to forge forward with, alleviating those wounds, or even expressing those wounds or those traumatic experiences from a wounded space or an unhealed space kind of thing. So recognizing it and not wanting to be a victim anymore, but more so being the liberator, right? Not necessarily denying that it has or has not happened, whatever, the situation may be, but recognizing for what it is, and then using it as a platform to stand on in order to be on your soapbox, in order to, propel into this healed space, right? So as the right and the left brain balances our perceptions of our wounded parts, right, with this energy, our ability to communicate from that deeper perspective is heightened. So we can give profound insight to certain situations or certain traumas, on this day, or even, find those profound perspectives for ourselves, for our own experiences. Okay, so now, moving on to the very next day, we have Venus, which is in Capricorn, making a sextile to Neptune, which is in Pisces. And this happens on February the 24th. And so just like yesterday's Mars sextile and Neptune, the one I was just previously speaking about, right? Mars sextile and Neptune, this is similar, but it is the feminine expression of the same energy. So increased senses, as well as compassion for ourselves, as well as for others. These things are flourishing as we navigate through this energy on this day, right? Inspiration, motivation, creation, all those things meet each other on the same playing field in order to draw in what brings us pleasure, right? Once we kind of heal and, express ourselves in a different way. Now, or really just kind of take hold, right? Take control of our own projections of healing, right? Especially with on the same day that we have Mars making a sextile to Neptune, we have Mercury making that aspect to Chiron. Okay, so all of these things is just really helping us to dive into what is pleasurable and what is it that we desire for our life. Now, by allowing ourselves to sit with the magical visions that might come up, the feelings that we tie to our intentions are going to assist us with intensifying the manifestation power of, creating these things, right? So using creativity such as painting, theater arts, cinema, music, dance, or, any other, activities, even those that are surrounding beauty, these are highly favored on this day because we can visualize things, right? We can use that Venusian artistic ability with that Neptunian imaginary kind of energy to visualize what it is that we want, and thus using that Mars sextile Neptune to magnetize and draw it in. Now, pay attention to synchronicities, dreams, visions, anything, anything that occur under the influence of this transit, as our intuition or our psychic talents could guide us with divine insight. So it might be, receiving dreams or receiving visions, or even just simple conversations that might come up that gives us insight to a different way, right? Or even kind of spark a sense of creativity in us. Okay, now last but not least, we have Mercury squaring Uranus. So Mercury is in Aquarius and it's going to be making a square to Uranus and Taurus on the same day, February 24th. And so, there's always a bit of ingenuity when we have these two associated with each other. So Mercury is in Aquarius, and it's definitely providing innovative ideas that help us think outside the box about situations, but also assisting us in keeping an open mind to adapt to new experiences. Now, Uranus is shaking things up in Taurus, right? And has been for quite some time. It's going to continue to do so until about 2025, 2026. So, this is helping us to adapt to other forms of pleasure and stability, as well as our practical comforts, right? Our food. So we noticed that there's been a disruption in our food chain, that also within real estate. I'm not sure where everyone else is, but here I live in Round Rock, but it's Austin, right? So I'm in the suburb of Austin, Texas. And the real estate industry is just crazy. It's booming. Like the housing market is insane. Okay. So that's also a Uranus situation, especially with Uranus being in Taurus. And then, cryptocurrency, Uranus rules cryptocurrency, Taurus rules money. So these are all things that are just kind of being shaken up. They're unstable. They are also very forward thinking and forward moving. So that is something to, consider. Now, on this day, the energy is going to provide us a bit of challenge that is guiding us to grow in some way or another. Now, we could be on the receiving end of this unsettling news that may come in, or simply just have to shift our direction without a heads up, just unexpected changes. That's that Uranus energy. So with Mercury being there, 9 times out of 10, we're changing our environments, unexpected travel, or we're receiving some type of information that we were not expecting. Okay. Now, our minds process information quick under this influence as well. So if there is a quick about face that we have to do, or a quick change that is necessary, then we'll have the mental agility to do so. And now on a more medical tone, okay, anxiety is prone with this energy because Mercury rules the nervous system, it rules our mind. Uranus is the nervous system as well, and it's also very electric. Aquarius is all that as well, overthinking, overanalyzing, and also this stress could surface during this as well. Now, this is not the best influence to commit to something that should be long-term, as things may be short-lived or pan out in a way that you necessarily did not sign up for, right? It's not something that you expected. It's just an unexpected kind of turn of events that could happen with something that should be long-term, where you have to, put it on pause or come back to it, or you might think something is going to be long-term and it ends abruptly. So keep that in mind on anything that may begin on this day, even relationships, right? Because Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus rules partnerships. Okay. So if you need to take a break, do so, right? Revisit whatever it is, that's needed to be touched on at a later time. Whenever this energy has passed, make sure you are, tapping into your parasympathetic nervous system and doing your breath work, doing your yoga, taking your time, relaxing, talk it out, write it out, whatever stress that may come up under this energy, especially with the chaos from, previous weeks. And then we just had this Leo full moon that just came through and just cut a whole bunch of stuff out, like endings, because there's new beginnings. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So anywho, that is all that I have for this week. And I look forward to connecting with you for the very first week of March. And keep a watch for that Pluto, United States Pluto return video that should be coming out in the next couple of days. I'm also going to be writing a blog about it. So you can go to my website and read the blog. I have all my blogs on my website, by the way. So if y'all ever want to read anything that I may write up, mosey on way over there to my website. I do have Gemini in my second house. So, I write. I am a writer. My sun and my Mercury is in Gemini in my second house. So I am a writer. All right. So that is all that I have. And I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. I look forward to connecting with you in March. And yeah. Bye.